In the midst of doing all the things, you can do all things and chase your dreams. Stay encouraged as we go on this journey called life, tackling everything that comes our way while we shine our light despite any circumstances we face. No more downplaying or dimming your light, because through the good, the bad, and everything in between, together we can encourage over everything. See, even when doing all the inner work, you are still going to deal with some stuff, because that's life, babe. The key is when you do your inner work, you can actually learn, gain the tools and strategies you can apply to take shelter, gather yourself, and still maintain your roles and responsibilities with grace and proud for showing up as your highest self despite any circumstances you were dealt. That's where the magic is. My friend, I am so excited to have you here. How blessed am I to be with you in this way, wherever you are in the world, in your life, and in this moment. We are going to connect here every Monday and Wednesday to talk all things self-improvement, from mindset and motivation to chasing your dreams, all the way up to maintaining self-care and life while we encourage over everything. Now, to get started, I have to share this with you because right now we are right in the midst of my dream come true. Over 20 years ago, I interned at a radio station and loved it. I wanted nothing more than to be a morning radio show host. Now, fast forward, and here we are with this podcast that you very well may be listening to in the morning. Ooh! Talk about a full circle moment. This is proof there is no time frame on your dreams. It might take 20 plus years for it to come true. But isn't that okay? I mean, who cares how long it takes? Are you dedicated to grow, to do the work, and never give up until it's done? Because that's the kind of commitment that you've got to make to yourself, and honor it. Trust me, you are worth it. Now, while we're here, all celebrating my dreams and everything, it's only fair that I open up and share with you a little bit more about me. Now, everybody has gone through some things. Trust and believe. I know you've got your most pivotal moments because I know I got mine. And I'm just going to take you back with me. Okay, so picture this. Imagine me, a divorced 20-something-year-old single mom of two amazing little humans. Now, as a single mom, that was a label that I held a lot of shameful connotation with, because I was a young Black woman who was divorced with two babies. And my mom was also a young single mom who also raised two babies on her own. Now, for me, I was so ashamed that my dream of having a family didn't come true. And now my children were going to have a two-parent home. And for a lot of times, I carried around a lot of shame and blame for that. But very early on, I knew that was just no way to live. I couldn't live like that. And I knew I had to define how I was going to be able to do this, because I had two babies counting on me. I wanted them to have a complete home and not what was society's view of a broken home. I had to be willing to do whatever I had to in order to give them the best life that I could, and that is what fueled me. And being a single mom, it is super duper hard work. Like, let's not sugarcoat it. It's hard. And I thought that was going to be the hardest thing that I ever had to do in my life. Yeah, right. Just when you think that you've gone through the hardest, trust me, there's another level of hard, okay? So fast forward to about 6 years ago, and I lost my grandmother. She was the foundation of our family. And then fast forward just over a year later, we suffered the loss of my mom, who was my world, my person. It was the loss that literally cracked me wide open. That grief tore through me like a Category 5 tornado and hurricane. There was so much wreckage and just pure carnage left behind. I was totally unrecognizable to myself. I really didn't even know who I was in that time of being functionally depressed, because yes, I was still doing all the things. I was still going to work. I was still doing my best to take care of my kids. But during that time, just being so lost and broken down to my brake pads, honey, that is really where I found my purpose. I found solutions, awakening, and ultimately my highest self. It was really in that space that I did my deepest inner work. This new evolution of me, some of the old with a lot of new, is really one of my most prized accomplishments. What I realized was there was never one single time while I was going through it did life stop. Life was never like, oh, hey, girl, I see you really going through it right now. Let me help you out right quick and put everything else on pause while you take a moment, catch your breath, and I don't know, get your stuff together. Sometimes life be like, let me blow some stuff up and watch you struggle. I mean, juggle being a mom, work, and handle all your other roles and responsibilities that you have. See, even when we are doing all the inner work, you're still going to deal with some life stuff because that's just life, babe. The key is when you do your inner work, you actually learn, gain the tools and strategies you can apply to take shelter, gather yourself, and still maintain your roles and responsibilities with grace. And be proud for showing up as your highest self despite the circumstances you were dealt. That's really where the magic is. This episode is brought to you by One Hope. Wine lovers unite! Are you having a glass right now? I mean, we should be. If you enjoy wine, Shams is a staple in your celebrations, or you love giving it as gifts, check out One Hope. A proceed of every bottle is donated to charity. One Hope has a charity each month that they donate to. And if you have a charity that is near and dear to your heart, DM me, cheers, to ask me how you can raise a donation for a charity of your choice, all by enjoying wine. It's pretty much a no-brainer to sip wine and give to charity at the same time. To enjoy delicious wine that keeps on giving, check out the link in the show notes. When I let go of what my circumstances were doing to me and began to take control of me and my life, the happier I became. I realized it wasn't about what I felt like had been done to me, who did it, what someone else said or did, because I didn't have control over anyone else. I only had control over me. So whether it was a lack of understanding, boundaries, or self-love, it all boiled down to me. Doing my work was the most rewarding and liberating. Taking accountability for myself, ownership of my life, and working on becoming my best self was not only the key to making everything else right, it was the key to living my life on purpose and in my purpose. All of which led me right here, right now to you. The best things can be birthed from the worst things. One of my favorite reminders is that all things are working out for our good. That's Romans 8:28. Thank you. Amen. Just remember, transformation takes time. We underestimate time and the impact that it can have. And we often think in absolutes, like it's all or nothing, like it's everything right now or it's nothing right now. And that's just not the case. So just grant yourself some grace and remember that transformation takes time. But you first have to make a decision. Make a decision for what you want of your life and in your life. And really make an investment in your mental. Like, let's be clear. I know that there's a lot of stigmas and a lot of taboo around, having a coach or a counselor. But let's be real, y'all. Sometimes you need a little bit more expertise than just your circle, your crew. Yes, they are great. They are your support system and we love them. And they have a place. They bring a lot of value to our lives. Those relationships are key. Their insights are also really helpful. But you need some fresh perspective on someone who has a wider view of your circumstances, a wider, more unobstructed view of you. Really consider getting yourself a coach or a counselor. A lot of times we've already made a decision that a coach or counselor isn't going to be helpful to us. And that's like, you've already made the decision. Like, there ain't nothing else left. If you already decided it ain't going to work, then guess what? It's not going to work. But why don't you change your perspective and at least give it a try? The key to the experience is your belief. If you believe that it will help you, you will gain a lot of value from it. And the second key is finding somebody that you vibe with, someone that you have a connection with. Every experience I've ever had has been a positive one because we had a vibe. You know what I mean? So you want to work with somebody who gets you, who understands you. You guys have some similar philosophies on some key things that are important to you within that experience, but at least give it a try. You need a council. You know what I mean? You need a board of folks who are going to help look out for your best interest. See your doctor. Don't be afraid to get checkups. Take care of you. It is vital to everything else that you do. And get yourself an outlet. Have a journal. You don't have to go at it alone. And I think so many times we think that we do, and that's just not true. You've got to surround yourself with positivity and really pump yourself up with positivity. So reevaluate. What's in your ear? Who's in your ear? What podcast are you listening to? What are you reading? Are you reading? Are you introducing new ideas to yourself to get you out of that stuck thinking that you've had forever? What is in your social media feed? Sometimes we need to go through and just do a cleanse, purge a little bit. Get rid of the things that don't bring that. If scrolling through your feed is bringing on tension or discomfort of any kind, it's time to evaluate who you're following and who you're allowing to enter your mind and your spirit. Protect those things at all costs. So go ahead and just, take a quick run through and see, is there anything in here that I need to let go of because it's just not filling me this season? Go ahead and clear those things up so that you can be pumping yourself full of positivity. Because when the negativity strikes, you've got to strike back with positivity. And really and truly take accountability. It's your life. Own it. No more playing victim. Get rid of the labels. I know and I understand that there are things that happen to us that are way outside of our control. But other people and our circumstances are things that are outside of us that we can't do anything about. But you can do something about you. So you will gain so much more from looking at your choices, your decisions, what led you there, because those are the things that you can make a change so that you can have more better, more positive experiences going forward. So go after what you want by making the decisions and following through with your actions. It wasn't until a couple of years ago that I was actually proud to wear the title of single mom as a badge of honor instead of a label of shame. Proud of who my young people are, my babies, and really proud of the life that I've been able to give them. If you've had a string of bad things happen, or you're still reeling from a host of things from the past, just know better days are coming. All things are used for your good. So make a decision today that it's a new day. It's your day. So cheers to new beginnings. Now, my journal is my best friend. So if you don't have a journal, get yourself one. or even just pull out the note section in your phone. Your journal is your safe place to really just get out all of that negativity so that it's not festering inside of you. Get it out onto paper so that you can gain new perspective and insights about yourself that just can't be done lodged in your head. Your journal is your safe place to work things out and dream. So when you whip that journal out, go ahead and take a look at what came up for you during this episode. What things can you release or let go of, or even look at differently and find the good in? Because even the worst can give birth to the best things. So reflect and make a decision on what you want to look forward to now in your life, because your dreams are worth having. So thank you so much. First episode ever. I hope you loved it, and I would love to stay connected. So join the email list and get that VIP treatment. Get encouragement sent right to your inbox. Be the first to know of all the things going on right here and right now, from new blog post, podcast notification, updates, and so much more. I would love to hear from you. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're feeling. How did you love the first podcast? Oh my gosh. Takeaways, aha moments. I want to hear it all. I'm so proud of you for taking this step with me, for allowing me to step beside you. And I just want you to know how much I love you. And remember, through the good, the bad, and everything in between, together we can encourage over everything. Thank you so much for tuning in. I would absolutely love to hear from you. Please take a few moments to leave a review. All you have to do is light me up with some stars as your rating and leave a few words. And if you happen to share this episode, let me thank you in advance for sharing positive messages. As we all know, we've got some peeps who could use an extra dose of encouragement. I'm throwing virtual confetti right now to celebrate you for finishing this episode. And I don't know about you, but I'm not ready for it to end. So if you want more, check out encourageovereverything.com for literally all things EOE. Stay connected and join the email list. You'll get that VIP treatment by being the first to know all the happenings and get encouragement sent right to your inbox. encourageovereverything.com has all the good stuff, from show notes and all the info on today's sponsors. And if you're looking to connect with other fellow encouragers, be sure to join my exclusive community on the Encourage Over Everything Facebook group. I can't wait to connect with you in the next episode. Remember, there isn't anything that we can't get through, because together we can encourage over everything.